The IDF is going after Beirut's southern suburbs at this point after Iran-backed Hezbollah launched strikes on Israel from Lebanon. Iran, and its proxies are expanding the fight to other parts of the Middle East as well as regions that have oil infrastructure. U.S. CENTCOM says Kuwait's air defense system accidentally shot down 3 U.S. F-15 fighter jets after Iran attacked that country. Now, remember, I've been reporting Iran is hitting its neighbors, and it's not clear why, because some of them are more than neutral. Some of these countries are friendly with Iran, and they have taken out hotels coming close to the Burj, which is one of the world's tallest buildings. They're building a taller one in Dubai now. I mean, taking out a hotel, or at least trying to. So those type of civilian targets. All 6 crew members in our F-15s in Kuwait are safe, injured but in stable condition. Fire and smoke billowed from the vicinity of the U.S. Embassy compound in Kuwait after an Iran missile struck there. The U.S. Embassy is urging Americans to stay away and shelter in place in the aftermath. So far, there are no reports of injuries or deaths, thankfully. Tanker traffic in the vital Strait of Hormuz is down significantly, with satellite navigation systems disrupted, and there are reports of attacks on several ships in the area. A bomb-carrying drone boat reportedly hit an oil tanker in the Gulf of Oman, killing 1 mariner. All of this sending oil prices surging around the globe. And this as we get a closer look at the force behind Operation Epic Fury. CENTCOM is confirming more than 1,000 targets have been hit so far, including Iran command centers and missile sites. U.S. assets deployed include B-2s, drones, fighter jets, and missile systems, and more. And on the Israeli side, their operation has dismantled 600 terrorist sites using 2,500 munitions and destroying 150 surface-to-surface missiles. More than 100,000 reservists have been mobilized in the effort. Chief Foreign Correspondent Trey Yinks is with me from Israel in Tel Aviv. Trey.
Harris, I do want to start with some breaking news. We've learned from Qatar's defense ministry the country shot down 2 Iranian jets that entered their airspace. We know that they've been receiving attacks from the Iranians, and they have been taking action not only now to shoot down jets, but also incoming ballistic missiles. The Qataris have also ceased production of liquefied natural gas in their country for the first time in 30 years over these attacks. This comes as the war is expanding overnight. The Iran-backed Lebanese militant group Hezbollah launching rockets into northern Israel. The Israelis responded with airstrikes against Beirut. You can see this smoke billowing from the Dakhya neighborhood of southern Beirut. As this is taking place, we know the Lebanese prime minister is calling on Hezbollah to stop the fire. But so far, the Israelis say they have to keep the pressure up on this Iran-backed organization to discourage other proxies from joining into the fight. Throughout the day across Israel, Iranian ballistic missiles have soared through the skies of this country. We watched as some of them were intercepted in the skies above. One missile, though, slamming into the southern city of Beersheba, where officials say at least 10 Israelis were wounded and taken to local hospitals. Israel's prime minister speaking today from one missile impact site, warning the Iranians if they continue this fire, they'll get hit hard in the capital of Tehran. And Harris, again, we do expect the coordination to continue at the highest level between the Israelis and the Americans. But with these Gulf countries taking direct fire from the Iranian regime, this conflict is expanding. Harris?
Yeah, I wrote down what you said from the Qataris and the natural gas. Talk to me a little bit more about that if you can. I mean, Iran obviously has been getting some critical infrastructure type items from these countries that now it's firing upon almost indiscriminately. It makes no sense.
Absolutely. And it is a significant threat not just to these Gulf countries, but also to U.S. investments in the Gulf. We have seen the Iranians systematically trying to target energy infrastructure, not just in Qatar, but also in Saudi Arabia and in Kuwait. Gulf countries like the United Arab Emirates also taking direct fire. You saw those images of a drone slamming into the Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest building.
Yeah.
And so this is a conflict that is expanding, but it also has a lot of different aspects to it. The Iranians, while they're firing these medium-range ballistic missiles at Israel. They're using some of the shorter-range missiles to target Gulf countries, along with cruise missiles and drones. But the fact that they sent these Su-24 tactical bombers to try and hit Qatar is a significant escalation. And again, we can report at this hour that according to Qatar's defense ministry, both of these jets were shot down.
Wow. And when you talk about, those areas in Dubai, like the Burj, I mean, it's actually in a shopping mall. I've been there. That's an epicenter of where people go. And you do have Americans, but we've been warned not to go to those places right now. I don't know what it's like on the ground for the citizens in the UAE right now, having that come from a place that you wouldn't anticipate it would be coming from in Iran. Wonder if it's not just a desperate attempt. Talk to me about the people on the ground in Israel. This could be a while. We're hearing maybe 6 weeks, maybe more. We're about to hear from the President of the United States. He may give us an indication of where they are in this conflict right now. Any talk of sending more U.S. troops, that sort of thing coming from him. That may give us an idea. But what are the people you're talking with saying?
Yeah, Harris, most of the Israeli population has spent the last 60 hours in bomb shelters, but they are very supportive of this operation against the Islamic Republic of Iran. They understand the threats firsthand. Missiles have soared through the skies of this country, not just over the past 2 days, but for years. Iranian proxies have threatened the Israeli people and also U.S. forces across the region. They watched as these negotiations were unfolding, first in Oman and then in Switzerland, and they saw President Trump offer an olive branch to the Iranians. He gave them a diplomatic off-ramp, and they didn't take it. And that's what the Israeli people continue to say when you talk to them. They say, look, there's no other option to create stability in our part of the world. They understand the president was able to get a ceasefire deal together between Israel and Hamas inside Gaza, something many regional countries didn't believe was possible. He took the momentum after that to create the Board of Peace in an effort to create more stability across the region. But both Israeli officials and American officials agree it was Iran's supreme leader, the Ayatollah Khamenei, and the regime in Tehran that was the last major roadblock to President Trump's vision of peace across the region. And so the Israelis are quite supportive of this operation, understanding that when the Americans are striking these missile launching positions that you see, they are saving Israeli lives. And that's what it comes down to here. They understand the price of war, but it's a price they're willing to pay.
And Harris? In the long run, Iranian lives, too, because we're seeing so much celebration in the streets here and around the world as well from Iranian citizens who either fled, still have family there, so on and so forth.